What you're looking at right now is a powerful dividend stocks trajectory over the course of about a year, and as you can see, it's down by over 13%, really making it a lucrative opportunity for all of us to consider right now. And today, we're not only going to discuss that opportunity, but 3 total dividend stocks that are trading, well, at very discounted share prices right now, therefore potential buys for you to hold on to well beyond 2024. With that, I want to go ahead and dive right in. So now, before we get to these 3 dividend stocks and cover them CNBC 3-stock lunch style, I want to go ahead and just share with you that all 3 of these dividend stocks will of course deliver through on passive income, obviously, but more importantly, dividend growth, meaning you can hold on to these dividend gems for the long term to really benefit from a growing dividend, aka less to ultimately worry about, and then of course you're just going to get a ton more money in your pocket over the span of time. Now, we'll get started here with good old ExxonMobil, ticker symbol XOM, which is the world's largest publicly traded international oil and gas behemoth. So now, macro-wise, you have to know that it is a key player that's often hit by Middle East mayhem, particularly like right now when the Houthis are in cahoots with the Iranians and they're all focused on really just terrorizing the seas and the world. Now, how exactly does ExxonMobil come into play? Well, oil prices rise, surely benefiting the company, but then of course there's just going to be more volatility within the industry. And when it comes to oil and gas, getting involved with ExxonMobil, a leader in the industry, and you really can't lose. In other words, we're really going to play here for keeps. ExxonMobil also just left a lobbying group for not really having strong enough climate policies, which is quite interesting for a company like ExxonMobil that will ultimately, I think, help them in the long term. So seeing this stock now down below $100 per share, it's about 8.4% down from a year ago, and it's typically peaking at $120 per share, really is creating an opportunity, especially with this P at 9.9. But I want to zoom out here with you for a second to get a different perspective, to see 56% worth of share price appreciation over the last decade. So now I think as long as ExxonMobil really continues to pioneer the industry, we're going to be in business with ExxonMobil. Moreover, analysts feel very similarly here, with over 30% worth of upside forecasted, that share price coming up to $130 per share. However, as dividend investors, we are surely going to be taking a look at these insights. Attractive dividend yield here coming in at 3.8%. From Simply Safe Dividends, they rate safe, and scrolling down here, we're going to discover 141 years of a dividend streak, which is quite a track record, as well as a great growth rate here at 7% on average over the last 20 years. Next up, we're going to discuss a manufacturer of diesel and natural gas engines. We have Cummins, ticker symbol CMI, which has been in business since 1919 and has really just continued to prove itself as an industry leader. Now, the truth is, no heavy industry can work without power, and power is exactly what Cummins delivers with their engines for larger trucks and construction equipment, as well as industrial use, all of which is very likely to see greener days down the road into 2024. Therefore, Cummins trading right now at $237 per share is looking pretty good after it slid from the highs of $257 per share. Now, also just note here that Cummins is coming in with a PE ratio at 12.1, in addition to analysts who are predicting upside, with that share price ultimately rising back to $157.50 per share, making for over 8.5% worth of upside. But Cummins is really coming in hot here as a buy and hold type of deal, as we see plenty of growth history. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the share price appreciation shooting up over 129% over the last decade. And now, in terms of dividend growth and just total applaudability when it comes to these dividend insights, we're going to go ahead and see a 2.83% dividend yield, rating very safe on Simply Safe Dividends, with reliability coming here as they have a 30-year streak, all while growing about 16% per year on average there over the last 20 years. Now, investors, we have just one more dividend stock left, which was the stock that I opened this video with. That stock is down 13%. It's quite a deal. I just want to hit you with this before we move on. Subscribe, because I have plenty more dividend ideas to come all throughout the year. And of course, I also want to know that this is the content that you're looking for, so tap on that thumbs up button to let me know. With that, our final stock, Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, which is the world's most dominant coffee house chain with a vast global footprint that only continues to grow, now with India on their map, storefronts galore. However, the stock story is one to fret right now, as it's down since November, trading for $92 per share at a PE ratio of 25.7. Now, it usually pops above $105 up to $110 per share, so it's nice to see it right now at the lows, that $90 range. I do see growth over the longer term. We see it over the last decade, over 200%. But right now, I just want you to take note of why Starbucks is suffering. It's really down, very likely from overall inflation attacking the dollar and consumers who have been pulling back on freely spending on luxury goods, aka Starbucks drinks. And we also have spotlight attention and negative headlines airlines with union workers. So either way here, it's just a buy to consider because it's going to rebound. Analysts are forecasting over 20% worth of growth coming up to $110.79 per share. Hedge funds are certainly busy buying away at Starbucks. And then best yet, as a shareholder of this Mocha Choca frappe serving chain, you're going to enjoy a very sweet dividend here coming in at 2.48% worth of a yield, grown over the last 13 years, a pretty sizable growth rate here at 17% on average over the last 20 years. Now, between ExxonMobil, Cummins, and Starbucks, let me know which dividend stock you are most confident in or going to be buying. If you have better ones in mind, let me know down in the comments below. Either way, more insights in this video. Before you click away, subscribe to never miss a single dividend stock idea.